47, 48, 49, 50.
At night, the sea cracks against the ship. Clear whispers, screams, fall silence, hushed, spewed from our country, forgotten, bound to the dark edge of the earth. Take me my comfort, and we'll remember England together.
Hunger, funny, doesn't start in the stomach, but in the mouth. A picture fits out of a corner. Something eaten long ago. Roast beef with bread or salad.
I don't know why I did it. Love, I suppose. A giant canoe drifts onto the sea.
Clouds billowing from upright oars. This is a dream which has lost its way.
Was it necessary to cross 15,000 miles of ocean just to erect another tiber?
I should think it would make the convicts feel at home.
This land was under English law. The courts found them guilty and sentenced them accordingly.
By hanging?
A play? Who would act in a play?
Oh, the convicts, of course.
I read the tragedy of Lady Jane Grey on the ship. It was such a moving and uplifting play. But how could a whore play Lady Jane?
Oh, some of those women are good, Ralph. I'll believe my duckling's good.
I mean, is His Excellency serious about putting on a play?
Oh, when the captain decides something, Ralph.
If I go to him, no. It'd be better if you go to him. You could tell His Excellency how much I love the theatre.
Oh, I'll talk to him, Ralph. I like you. I saw Andy Baker last night.
You hanged him a month ago, Harry.
He had a run. Ralph has come back.
It was just a dream, Harry. Sometimes I think my dreams are real. But they're not.
We used to hear you on the ship. Calling that for your young bet.
Don't speak her name on this iniquitous shore!
You don't think I killed him?
No, Harry. You did not kill Handy Baker.
Thanks, Ralph.
We heard you were looking for some women, Lieutenant. Here I am.
I've asked to see some women to play certain parts in a play.
Play. I'll play any part you like. Let's see how I've got my name. Shitty Meg.
The play has 4 particular parts for young.
You don't want young women for your peculiar, Lieutenant. They don't know nothing. Shut your eyes and I'll play you as tight as a bird.
You don't understand. Here's the play. It's called The Recruiting Officer.
Oh, I can do that.
What?
Recruiting. Anybody you like. You want women, you ask Meg. What do you want?
I want to try some out. Now, if you don't mind. Laugh!
We thought you was a magical.
What?
You know, a flutter, a molly, a prissy cove, a gal. You haven't known the leg on the ships for months, and now you want a lot of women. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Lieutenant. You just let me know when you want Meg. Oh, shitty Meg.
Ah, Mr. Clark. We have not had the pleasure of meeting before.
I've seen you on the ship.
Different circumstances, Mr. Clark, best forgotten. I was once a gentleman, my fortune. Turn the wheel. You are, putting on the play, I hear, Mr. Garrick. Drury Lane.
You'd say you were a gentleman, sideways.
Top of my profession, Mr. Clark. Pickpocket. Born and bred in Bermondsey. Do you know London, sir? Oh, don't you miss it. For pinnacle, the glory of the day, Drury Lane! I'll beg you, I'll entreat you to let me perform on your stage. To once again, let me feel the thrill of a play about to begin. Oh, I see ladies approaching. Our future Wellingtons, sit-ons, ladies.
Oh, Mary wants me in her play, Lieutenant, and so do I.
Do you think you have a talent for acting, Brennan?
Of course she does, and so do I. In all those plays, there's always a friend. So, I'll be Mary's friend.
Sylvia, that's the part I want to try Brennan for. She doesn't have a friend. She has a cousin, but they don't like each other.
Oh, well, Mary doesn't always like me.
The Reverend Johnson tells me you can read and write, Brennan.
Well, she went to school until she was 10. She used to read to us on the ship.
Shall we try reading some of the play? Start here, Brennan.
Whilst there is life, there is hope, sir.
Oh, I like that, Lieutenant.
She hasn't finished yet. Go on, Brennan.
Whilst there is life, there is hope, sir. Perhaps my brother may recover.
Well said, Mary, well said.
That's good, Brennan. You could read a little louder.
My desire of being punctual in my obedience requires that you be plain in your commands, sir.
That's excellent, Brennan. Would you also be able to copy the play? We only have 2 copies.
Oh, of course you will. But where do I come in, Lieutenant?
Can you read Bryant's?
Not those marks in the book, Lieutenant, but I can read other things. I can read dreams, Lieutenant. Very well.
I don't think you're right for Melinda. And if you can't read...
Oh, well, Mary, read me the lines.
Oh, well, there's Rose.
Rose! Oh, I like that name. I'll be Rose, who's she?
She's a country girl.
Well, I grew up in Devon, Lieutenant. I'll be perfect for Rose. What does she do?
Well, it's complicated. She falls in love with Sylvia. But it's because she thinks Sylvia's a man. And they sleep together. Sylvia with Rose, and Rose too with Sylvia. But nothing happened.
It doesn't. Nothing.
No, because Sylvia's pretending to be a man, and of course she can't.
Play the flute. She's not the only one around here. I'll do Rose.
Ah, there's your cousin, Melinda, Sylvia's cousin.
You can't have her in your play, Lieutenant.
Why not?
You haven't got to be able to read the future to know that Liz Morgan's going to be hanged.
I understand you want me in your play, Lieutenant. Is that it? I'll look at it and let you know.
A play?
To celebrate the King's birthday on June the 4th.
And you say you want these communist convicts out from this play? The convicts?
The play has several parts for women. We have no other women here.
Filthy, thieving, lying whores! And then we have to watch them float their pretty waves on the stage.
No one will be forced to watch the play.
This is the convict
yes,
colony.
precisely.
The prisoners are here to be punished. And we are here to make sure they get punished.
Who are already being punished by their long exile.
But
I
sure,
they could also be reformed.
Exactly.
Reverend, surely you believe that man could be redeemed?
By the grace of God and the belief in the true church, yes. But Christ had proposed to place to his disciples. However, he did not forbid it either.
That's good.
A crime is a crime. If you commit a crime, you're a criminal. It's like the savages here. Behaves in a savage manner. To expect anything else is foolish.
But they can be educated.
Yes, and it could change the nature of our little society.
Second Lieutenant Watkins, society.
A bunch of convicts making fools of themselves, mouthing words written no doubt by some London arse.
George Farquhar was not an arse. And he was from Ireland.
An Irishman! I have to sit there and listen to an Irishman!
The play doesn't propagate Catholic doctrine, does it, Ralph?
He was also an officer. The play is called The Recruiting Officer.
Ah, I saw it in London, I believe, yes. Very funny if I remember.
It is quite funny, yes.
What's the plot then, Ralph?
It's about this recruiting officer and his friend. And they fall in love with these 2 young ladies from Shrewsbury. And eventually, after some difficulties, they marry them.
It sanctions holy matrimony, then?
Yes, it does.
I can't see that doing the convicts any harm. I'm guessing that some trouble getting them to marry nowadays instead of this sordid cohabitation that they are
Yes.
so used to.
Marriage plays are not a ball for the convicts.
Some of these men in a few years. Should we not now encourage them to think in a free and responsible
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't see how a comedy about 2 lovers will do that, Arthur.
The theatre is an expression of civilization.
Yes.
The comics will be speaking a refined, literate
Ah,
language.
yes, definitely.
Their sentiments have a delicacy that they are not used to.
Exactly.
It shall remind them that there is more to life than merely crime and punishment. We will be watching this together. We will laugh. We may be moved. We may even think a little. And can you suggest anything that could possibly provide such an evening, Watkins?
I don't think it's a good idea having the convicts laugh at officers, Arthur. If you want to teach the convicts something, didn't teach them to farm or to build houses. Teach them how to work, not how to sit around in the coffin.
But the Greeks believed it was a citizen's duty to watch a play.
I think it is.
And the Greeks were conquered by the more practical Romans.
In my own small way, in just a few hours, I have seen something change. I asked some of the convict women to read me some lines. And these women, who often behave no better than animals, and one or two, when reading the well-balanced lines of Mr. Farquhar, one or two, they seem to acquire a dignity. They seem to lose some of their corruption.
Precisely.
There was one,
Precisely.
Mary Brennan. She read so well. Perhaps this play can keep her from selling herself to the first Marine who offers her bread.
Yes.
No, she'll sell herself to ham and stuff.
So that's the way the wind blows.
Oh, I speak about her, but in a small way this could affect all the convicts and even ourselves. We could forget our worries about the supplies, the floggings and the hangings, and think of ourselves at London, in the theatre, with our wives and children. That is, we could transcend the darker, transcend the brutality. Remember our better nature, and remember...
England!
England!
Since we have agreed it could do no harm, I suggest we allow Ralph to rehearse his play. Does anyone disagree? We have taken your disagreement into account. Thank you, Captain Campbell. So let us conclude with our good wishes to Ralph for a successful
I will not accept this! Order will become disorder! I'm going to write to the Admiralty about this!
The last word will be the play, gentlemen.
Look at how blue the water is, Captain. Oh, come and say something, Duckling. This ain't Newgate no more.
I wish it was. At least the jailer named Newgate left you alone, and you could talk to people.
I'll let you talk to the women.
I don't have anything to say to those women, Harry. My friends are in the women's camp.
It's not those women you're after in the women's camp. It's those soldiers who come looking for butter. You found something already, haven't you? Where'd you go, eh? On the beach? In my tent? Like Daddy Baker, eh? Where? Under the trees?
You know I hate trees, don't be so filthy!
You're filthy. You filthy! I'm sorry. Duckling, can't you just be with me? I'll do anything for you. What do you want?
I don't want to be watched all the time. I wake up in the middle of the night and you're watching me. What do you think I'm going to do in my sleep, Harry? Watching. Just stop watching me!
You want me to leave? Fine. Go to the women's camp. Sell yourself to a convict for a biscuit. Filthy all. Good thing you're next to the first Marine.
Why are you so angry with the duckling, Harry? What will you do when your little duckling isn't there anymore? Touch her with a soft fingertips, Harry, where you like it. Duckling doesn't want to leave you, Harry.
Duckling?
I need freedom sometimes, Harry.
You know Lieutenant Clark's play. Did you want to be in it? Davy Bryant's in it. And Liz Morden. Did you want to be in it? I'm trying to make you happy, Duckling. You don't want
I'll be in the play.
You're talking to me again. Can you kiss your Harry? Oh, how much rehearsals?
You learned your lines, Sally.
What lines? No, I was remembering Devon. I was on my way back from Biggerby Bay. I have not spent the rest of my life in this burnt-out, brittle country. Oh, give me some English rain.
Rain's here.
I can recognise the rain in England. It's the softest. Just as soft as Lieutenant Clark's dimpled cheeks.
But he don't.
He's right rough looking. You can always tell when men, they begin to walk sideways.
Don't start. I listened to once before. I would have been less of a haul.
We rehearsing or not?
How can I play Sylvia? She's brave and strong. She couldn't have done what I've done.
She didn't spend 8 months or more week on a convict ship. Anyway, you can pretend to be her.
No, I have to be her.
But why?
Because that's acting.
No way I'm doing Rose. She's an idiot.
It's not such a big part. It doesn't matter so much.
Well, you didn't tell me that before.
I hadn't read it carefully enough. Come on, let's do the first scene between Sylvia and Rose. I have rescued
Oh, minute. Where's the lieutenant?
He's teaching me the lines.
Why are you teaching me the
We're
lines?
not doing your scenes.
Well, do them!
Well, you can read. You can read your own lines.
I don't want to learn them on my own. Oh, I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for, Miss Morton? A blind man to buy your wares?
To start with the first scene between Melinda and Sylvia, all right?
Yeah. The first scene.
You start. You start. Welcome to town, cousin Sylvia.
Welcome to town, cousin Sylvia.
Go on. I envied you.
I envied you. You read it first.
Why?
I want to hear how you do it.
Why?
'Cause then I can do it different.
I envied you. Your retreat in the country for Shrewsbury, methinks, and all your heads of shire.
Why don't you read it? You can't read! Ah!
Teaching the lines.
Are you her friend now? Is that it? Mary, the innocent and holy and thieving bitch! Ah!
Good morning, ladies. And why are you not at work instead of at each other's throats?
I wouldn't talk of throats if I was you, Miss Damon. Ketch, Freeman,
Crap, merchant.
Crapping Coal, Switcher, Roper.
I was only asking what you were doing. You know, friendly lies.
Stick to your ropes. Don't bother the actresses.
Actresses. You're doing a play.
Better than dancing the paddock and frisking your balls, loser.
I'll nose on you, Liz. If you're not careful.
Now take your whirligigs out of our sight. We have lines to learn.
Don't hang too pit, many people catch. We need an audience.
Please, sir. Sir, please. I didn't want to disturb your prayers. I'll wait outside.
What do you want?
I should be. God forgive me, I should be. I need to have a word with you, sir.
Get back to the camp immediately, Ketch.
Sir,
I'll
I
see you in
beg
the
you.
morning.
Don't call me by that name. That's what I came to see you about.
Well, why have you come here?
Don't you want to finish your prayers?
Get on with it, Freeman.
I'm coming to that, sir.
Well, hurry up then.
I'm speaking as fast as I can.
Ketch!
James, sir. James, Daniel Patrick, after my three uncles. If my van had taken us to London, may God give peace to her soul, because the docks were in London. And if I didn't work on the docks on that day, May 23rd, 1785, if only I had left, I wouldn't have been there. I wasn't even near the sailor who got killed. He shouldn't have been doing it unloaded. That was wrong with the sailor, but I didn't kill him. And they caught 5 around him, and I was among the 5. And they said, hang or give the names. What was I to do, sir? What would you have done?
I wouldn't have been in that situation,
So
Freeman.
I understand it wouldn't happen here again. That theft, I didn't do it. I was just, looking out for some friends. But what I want to say, sir, is I heard them talking about a plan. Lieutenant, I want to be an actor.
I don't propose this with the authority of a parent, but with the advice of your friend.
Friend. That's a good word. Short, full of promise. I like words. My father used to clear the houses of the dead down by the Thames, and then he found this dictionary. It was as big as a Bible, and it went from A to L. And I started with the A. Abject, a man without hope.
What does indulgent mean?
It means ready to overlook faults. You have to be careful with words that start with in. You can turn everything upside down. Like injustice. It's the ugliest word in the English language.
Guilty is an uglier word.
Innocent ought to be a beautiful word, but it's not. It's full of anguish.
We start this in a few days. I haven't got much time, and I have the biggest part.
You have a beautiful Anne.
And so much to copy, so many words.
I can write.
Why don't you tell Lieutenant Clark? He's doing it. I'll tell him. Well, I won't. My friend Abby will. She's,
Bold. Shy is not a bad word. It's soft.
shame is an old one.
Words with 2 L's are the worst. Lonely. Loveless.
Love is a good word.
That's because it only has one L. I like words with one L. Luck, latitudinarian, laughter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
We're ladies now. Wait till I tell my husband I become a lady.
It's with pleasure that I welcome you.
Your pleasure, Mr. Clark, your pleasure.
If we have many days of hard work ahead of us.
Work on the working awful wings act.
Now, let me introduce the company.
You could say we know each other, Lieutenant. You could say we know each other in the dark.
It's a theatrical custom. The cast of form introduce Miss Bryan.
Miss Bryan? Who's Miss Bryan?
It's the theatrical form of address. You make your meet Mr. Sardler.
If I may proceed.
You're interrupting the director.
So we are, Mr. Angman.
The ladies first. Mary Brennan, who is to play Sylvia, Liz Moran, who is to play Melinda, and Duckling Smith, who is to play Lucy, Melinda's maid.
No way I'm playing Liz Morden's maid.
Why not?
I live with an officer. He wouldn't like it.
Just because she lives chained up in that old tosspot's garden?
Don't you dare talk about
You're
her.
not playing Moran's maid, you're playing Melinda's. And Debbie Bryant, who is to play Rose, a country girl.
From Devon. Scoot yours. Son bitch.
That's the ladies. Now, Captain Plume, played by Henry Cable, who seems to be late. That's odd. John Arscott is playing Sergeant Kite, but he did say that he would be kept an extra hour at work.
An hour? You won't see him in an hour.
You're not the only one with new wrinkles in your ass, Dabby Bryant.
Mr. Worthy will be played by Mr. Sideway.
Oh, yeah, me.
Justice Balance by James Freeman.
No way I'm doing a play of an hangman. The words are sticking in my throat.
So, Act 1, Scene 2, Captain Plume and Mr. Worthy.
Oh, that's me, I'm at your command.
Shall we begin? I'll read the line before. 'Tis indeed a picture of Worthy, but the light's departed. What arms across, Worthy?
Oh, arms across, Worthy. I'll have to try again. Could you read the lines a little louder, please?
What arms across, Worthy?
My wiper! Someone's buzzed me wiper! There's a white drawer in this crew, Mr. Clark!
Top of the pot collar, the kettle
My
black.
handkerchief! Who has pricked my
I'm
handkerchief?
sure it'll turn up sideways. Let's go
I
on.
cannot do my entrance without my handkerchief. When I get my mittens, on the run, driver! Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you lot.
Let's assume Worthy has already entered. Now I say, what arms across? These entries hold them open with a friend so near. I must expel this melancholy spirit. What are you doing down there, Sideway?
No, I'm being melancholy. Saw Mr. Garrett being melancholy once. I bet it was. And this is what he did. Oh, that is two solid flesh with melt. Oh, that is two solid flesh with melt. Oh, that is
This is a comedy. It is perhaps a little later. Try simply to stand normally in act. I'll say the line again. The audience won't hear Captain Plume's lines if your sobs are so loud, Sideway.
I'm still establishing my melancholy.
This is a comedy. It needs to move quite fast. In fact, I think we'll go straight to Worthy greeting Plume. Another word, melancholy. I think I would like to rehearse the ladies now. Sideway will come back to the scene another time, but that was good, very good. A little, but very good. Now we'll rehearse the first scene between Melinda and Sylvia. Morden and Brennan, if you'd like to come and stand here.
One town called Silver, every and all the shards was who had the place for living. Wait, I haven't finished yet. Here we are, smoke, noise, scandal, affectation, in pretension, sure everything to get speed and nothing over the air is intolerable.
Morden, you know the lines very well.
Thank you, Lieutenant Clark.
But you might want to try and act them. Okay, let's look at the scene. So, you're a rich lady, and you're at home. Now, a rich lady would stand in a certain way. So, try to stand like a rich lady. Try to look at Sylvia with a certain assurance.
Assurance.
Confidence.
Yes. You have seen ladies, haven't you?
I robbed a few.
How did they behave?
They screamed.
I mean, before you robbed them.
I don't know. I was watching their purses.
Have you ever seen a lady in her own house?
I used to climb into the big houses when I was a girl and just stand there looking. I didn't take it. I just stood like this.
And if that was your own house, you'd think it was normal to live like that.
It's not normal. It's not normal when others have nothing.
When acting, you have to imagine things. You have to imagine you're someone different. So now, think of a rich lady and imagine you're her.
What are you doing?
If I was rich, I'd eat myself sick.
Oh, me too. Potatoes.
Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. Friday.
Could we get on with the scene, please? Brenham, it's your turn to speak.
Oh, madam, I've heard the town commended for its air.
But you don't consider, Sylvia, how long I've lived in it.
I believe you would look at her.
She didn't look at me.
Didn't she? She will now.
But prithee, my dear Melinda, don't put on such an air to me.
That's good, good. You could be a little sharper on the don't.
Don't. Your education and mine were just the same, and I remember the time we never troubled our heads about air.
Good, good. Morden?
Our education, cousin, was the same, but our temperaments are nothing alike.
That's a little better, Morden, but you needn't be quite so angry with her. Go on, Brenham.
I haven't finished my speech.
You're right, please, excuse me.
No, there's no need for that, Lieutenant. I only mean I don't have to.
No, please do.
You have the constitution of a horse.
Ah, Major Ross, we are rehearsing.
Rehearsing. Lieutenant Clark is rehearsing. Lieutenant Clark asked us to give the prisoners 2 hours so that he could rehearse. And what has he done with them? What? Where are the prisoners Cable and Arscott left, Lieutenant?
They seem to be late, Major.
While you're rehearsing, Cable and Arscott slipped into the woods with 3 others. So 5 men run away. It's all because of your damn play. And not only have these thespians run away, they've stolen food from the store. That is what your play has done.
Major Ross, I can't agree.
Listen to me, my lad. You're a second lieutenant. You wouldn't want to agree or disagree with Major Ross. John Weishauer!
I had nothing to do with it.
You're
Jewish, aren't you?
You're guilty. Cable was last seen next to Weishauer's hut. This morning! She was observed next to the Conway store in the company of Cable, who was supposed to be repairing the door. This morning, you'll be tried for stealing from the store. You know the punishment?
Death by hanging.
Now you may continue to rehearse. Lieutenant.
Luck. Don't know the word. Shifts its bob when our company. Born under a halfpenny planet I was. Dad and Nibbler, don't want to get cracked. Mum leaves, 5 brothers, I'm the only titter. I'll take him washing. Then, legs walking down the street. He takes her wiper. She screams. He shoulder up, says, "It's not me, sir, it's Lizzie, look! She took it." I'm stripped. Being in the street, everyone watching. That night, I'll take my dad's cousin and try to kill him. I'll prig all his clothes and go to my older brother. He don't want me. "Loose," he says. "Why trying for a mate when you can whack for a winnie? I'm no Dimbermore," I says. "Don't ask you to be a swell, mush, sister. Remember, Miss Laycock, don't forget your mug." So I begin to sell my mother a saints. I think I'm in luck when I meet the swell one. He's a bob colt, sports a different wiper every day of the week. He says to me, "It's not enough to sell your muddy faces, don't bring those shiners no more." Shows me out as fast as swells. So, swell eyes me up the wall, flashes a pocket watch, I listen. But one time, I stir my stumps too slow. The swell squeaks beat, the snoozy is, I'll miss. It's up the ladder to rest, I think, when I goes before the fortune teller. But no, such a bob colt. I nabbed the king's target and it's 7 years across there in pond. Jesus Christ. Dung on the ship. Sailors won't touch me. No random scum, no food. But here, the government says, new life. You could not be here, Lizzie, I think. Bob Colgar. This nippy nappy plate, not too much work. Good crew rufflers. But no. Rosto, lock my mug. I'll knit again. And it's up the ladder to rest for good. Well, Lizzie Morden's life. And you, wise Emma, how did you get?
Betrayal, barbarous falsehood, intimidation, injustice.
Speak in English, wise Emma.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it, and I'm going to keep saying I did.
It doesn't matter what you say. If they say you're a thief, you're a thief.
I am not a thief. I'll go back to England and say, see, I'm back. I'm innocent.
They won't listen.
Well, you can't live if you think that way. I'm sorry. 7 years, and I'll go back.
What do you want to go back to England for? You're not English.
I am English. I was born in England. What do I have to do to make people believe I'm English?
You have to think English. I hate English, but I think English. It doesn't matter where you die when you're dead.
Ladies, gentlemen, we have come to visit, to commiserate, to offer our humble services.
Get out!
Liz, we've come to rehearse the play.
Rehearse the play?
The lieutenant's gone to talk to the governor. Harris, we can come and see you.
Lieutenant's asked me to stand in his place when we go over this time. We'll start with the first scene between Melinda and Brazen.
Well, how am I supposed to play Captain Brazen in chains?
This is the theatre. We'll believe you.
Well, madam, I brought you your fare.
I hear you want to stop the play, Lieutenant.
Half of my cast is in chains, sir.
That is a difficulty, but it can be overcome. Is that your only reason?
So many people seem to be against it, sir.
In the Meadow, one of Plato's great dialogues, Socrates demonstrates that human beings have an intelligence which has nothing to do with the circumstances into which they are born.
I see, sir.
Sit down, Lieutenant. It is a matter of reminding the slave of what he knows. And you must see your actors in that light.
I can see some of them, sir. But there are others. Liz Morden.
Liz Morden. I had a reason for asking you to cast her as Melinda. Liz Morden is one of the most difficult women in the colony.
She is indeed, sir.
Lower than a slave, full of loathing, foul-mouthed and desperate.
Exactly, sir. And violent.
Quite. To be made an example of.
By hanging?
No, Lieutenant. By redemption.
I'm afraid there might not be much there, sir.
But how do we know what humanity lies hidden under the rags and filth of the mangled life? If we treat her as a corpse, then of course she shall die. Try a little kindness, Lieutenant.
But will she be hanged, sir?
I do not want the woman to be hanged. You will have to help, rather.
No, sir, but I don't see.
I want to rule over responsible human beings, not tyrannize over a group of animals.
I see, sir.
Unexpected situations are often matched by unexpected virtues in people, are they not?
I believe they are, sir.
The play is a world in itself, and you are in charge of it. That is a great responsibility.
It's a wonderful play, sir. I wasn't sure at first, as you know, but now...
I shall look forward to seeing it, and I'm sure it'll be a tremendous success.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Duckling!
She's on the beach, Harry. Waiting for her young Auntie Baker.
Go away, Andy. Go away.
The dead never go away. You thought you'd be the only one to dance the bar called your trot. But no one knows I was cut, Harry. You went.
I didn't hang you.
You wanted me dead. I didn't. You wanted me hanged!
All right. I want you hanged. Now go away.
Death is honourable, Mr. Brewer. It's dark, there ain't nothing.
Thomas Barrett,
You ain't because you stole from the stores.
I was 17, Mr. Brewer.
That's what you said that morning.
I had to say something, Mr. Brewer. Make sense of dying. I heard the referee say we were all wicked, but it was horrible. My body aching, my tongue sticking out. You shouldn't have stolen that food. I wanted it. Go back to Wicked. I ain't been 24. I ain't done much, not like you. Ducky! Why should you be alive under what you know? Ducky! Ducky!
What's the matter, Harry?
I've seen them. All of them. They're dead. Help me.
I just screamed from the beach.
What were you doing on the beach? You with him?
He told me you were with Andy Baker.
Some dreams lose their way and wander over the earth lost. But this is a dream no one wants. It has stayed. How can we befriend this crowded, hungry, and disturbed dream? Na, na, na.
Here are some of your caterwauling cards, Lieutenant. Unchained Wisehammer and the Savage, she stays in chains.
I can't rehearse with one of my players in chains.
Well,
Major.
tell the governor you didn't need her and send her back to prison.
No, we shall manage. The rest of us will go from Sylvia's entrance as willful. Major, we will rehearse now. We wish to rehearse, Major.
No one's stopping you, Lieutenant.
Major, rehearsals need to take place in the utmost privacy. My actors are not yet ready to be seen in public.
Not ready to be seen! Lieutenant, I will not try to count you on the orders of superior officer. Sideway! Take your shirt off. 100 lashes on the serious for answering a superior officer. Remember, Sideway, I have seen the white of this animal's bones. His wretched convict urine is spilled on my boots. And are you feeling modest, Sideway? Bryant, here! On all fours! Now wag your tail and bark, and I'll throw you a biscuit. Isn't that how you beg for food on this ship? Wag your tail, Bryant. Bark! We'll wait. Brennan, here! Where's your tattoos, Brennan? Show us. If you can't manage, I'll...
I think that's what pleasures I may receive abroad are indeed uncertain. Shall I meet with less cruelty among the most barbarous nations than I found at home?
Come, sir, you and I have been jangling a great while. We should the sooner come to an agreement.
Surely, madam, you won't dispute your being in my debt.
I will start Arthur's punishments.
Oh, Mr. Worthy, how did you use me the year before?
Ah!
When taking advantage.
When taking advantage of my innocence and necessity.
Ah! I don't want to do.
Get on with it, Freeman.
I'll have to measure you, yes. I'm sorry. You're going to have to stand this. I won't hurt you. I mean now. And if we get the measurements right, I can make it quick. Very quick, please. She doesn't want to get up, Mr. Brewer. I can come back later.
Hurry up.
I can't. I have to get the measurements right. If the rope is too long, it won't hang on. And if the rope is too short, it can pull her head off. It's very difficult, Mr. Brewer. And I've always tried to do my best. But I've never hung a woman.
You hung a boy.
You hung a boy?
Yes, Mr. Brewer. Remember how we danced and everyone laughed? I don't want to repeat something like
Measure her, Freeman!
Yes, sir. Could you tell her to get up?
Get up, you bitch!
Get up! Now measure her!
The governor's talking to the lieutenant in the office. Liz, I don't want to do this. I know you're thinking in my place you would, but someone has to, and I'll be gentle. It's wrong, Mr. Brewer, it's wrong!
It's wrong. It's wrong. Death is horrible.
There's no food left in the colony. She steals it and gives it to Cable to run away.
That's true, Liz. You shouldn't have stolen that food, especially after the Lieutenant trusted us. That was wrong. But still, I'll do my best.
You can hang yourself. Come on, Freeman, let's go.
Goodbye, Liz. You're a very good Melinda. No one will be as good as you.
Another picture of yours in our body. Oh, so frightened, so alone.
Mr. Brewer,
Speak to her, Mr. Brewer, please!
What?
tell Lieutenant Clark I didn't steal the food. Tell him afterwards. I want him to know.
Why didn't you say that before? Why are you lying now?
Tell the lieutenant.
Another picture of yours, another body. I was so frightened, so alone.
Mr. Brewer!
There's nothing I can't see. Get away, get away. First fear, then a pain at the back of the neck. Then nothing. I can't see. It's dark. Ah!
Ghosts in a multitude have spilled from the dream.
But who are they?
A swarm of ancestors come through the unmended cracks in the sky.
But why? What do they want?
If we satisfy them, they will go back.
But how can we satisfy them? Well, well, you shall die at my feet. Away, Will. But you know, sir, there's a certain will and testament to be made beforehand. I don't understand why Sylvie's asking him to make a will.
It's a proof of his love. He wants to provide for her.
A will is a proof of love.
No, she's using will in another sense. He must show his willingness to marry her, and Diane is used in another sense too.
He gives her his will to indicate that he intends to take care of her.
That's right, Lieutenant. Married is nothing. Will you look after her?
Clue is too ambitious to marry Sylvia.
Well, if I've been Sylvia, I would trust him to.
When gentlemen men always have a contract.
Love is a contract.
If a man loves a woman, then he should marry her.
Sometimes he can't.
Well, then she should look for someone who can.
Well, women should look after her own interests.
Her interest is to love.
A woman will love the first man who knows how to turn her legs. She's called a whore and ends up here.
I've written something. The prologue of this play won't make any sense to the convicts, so I've written another one. Will you look at it? Look at it, Mary. Think about it. We could start a new life together here. And I would marry you, and we would live in a house. He would just have you put in a hut at the bottom of his garden and call you his servant in public. That is his whore. Don't do it, Mary.
Lieutenant, am I rehearsing or not?
Seems interesting. I'll read it more carefully later.
You don't like it?
No, I do like it, but I think it needs a little more work.
Well, it will mean more to the convicts.
We'll talk about this another time.
Do you like the last two lines? Mary helped me with them.
We'll go from Sylvia's entrance as Jack Wilful. Wisehammer, you're in the scene. Now, Brennan, remember what I told you about walking like a gentleman?
I'll tuck this skirt. Save ye, gentlemen!
My dear, I'm yours.
It doesn't say that Sylvia is kissed in the stage directions.
Well, Blue kisses her later, and I thought Captain Brazen...
It's completely wrong.
Well, it's right for the character of Brazen.
No, it isn't, Wisehammer. I am the director.
Yes, but I have to play the part. They're both equal in the scene, and in the end, they're both fired. And who's playing Blue in our performance?
I will have to, as Cable hasn't returned yet.
Well, what about me? I haven't done anything either. You always rehearse the scenes with Sylvia.
Okay. We'll rehearse Rose's entrance with her brother Bullock. Wisehammer, you'll have to play the part of Bullock.
What? Play two parts?
Major Ross won't let me have any more prisoners off work. Some of you will have to play several parts.
They will confuse the audience.
Nonsense! If the audience are paying attention, they'll know that Bullock is a country boy and Brazen is a captain.
But what if they are paying attention?
Well, if you act well, they'll have to pay attention.
They all ruin my entrance as Captain Brazen.
Well, I think the recruitment office is a silly play. I want to be in a play that shows more interest in people.
Well, I like playing Sylvia. She's bold. She does things out of love for her captain, and she's not ashamed.
She hasn't been born forward. She hasn't had to survive. And her father's just as a pace. I want to play myself. I want to be in a place that shows life as we know it.
A play should make you understand something new. If it tells you something you already know, then you'll leave just as ignorant as when you went in.
Where's Zygway?
So upset about Liz, he won't rehearse.
We've been rehearsing for 5 months. Let's go on. Here she comes. And what is that great country fellow with her?
I am not a great country fellow.
Act it, Wisehammer!
Fine chickens, young and tender chickens. That is a very stupid line and I'm not saying it.
You have to say it because it's written by the playwright. Here, you chickens! I can't do the scene without sideway.
What's about me? Well, that's my story. Why have I got to play a silly milkmaid?
You can't play a man, Dabby.
You play a man, Jack Whitful.
Yeah, but in a play, I know I'm a woman. Whereas if you play Kite, you would have to think you were a man.
If Wiseacre can think he's a big country lad, I can think I'm a man. People will use their imaginations. And people with no imaginations did not go to the theatre.
Bryant, you're muddling everything.
No, I see things very clearly.
You may have to play Melinda.
Well, Lucius is very sideway, and that is not very interesting.
We'll go from the scene with Sylvia and Justice Balance. Brennan?
Whilst there is life, there is hope, sir. Perhaps my brother may recover.
We have but little reason to expect.
I can't. Not with him. Not after Liz. I can't. If you live, I will never again punish you with my silence. If you live, I will never turn away from you. If you live, I will never tell you that I want to leave you. If you live, I'll be tender with you. If you live, I will look at you. If you live, I will love you. But if you die, I will never forgive you. I hate you. No, I love you. How could you do this to me? Captain Plume, I despise your list of money, if I do serve. It is purely for love. Captain Plume, I despise your list of money, if I do serve. It is purely for love. Your hand dismissed me, and now you are my captain.
Your friend. Death! There is something in this fellow that charms me.
The one favour I must beg. This affair will make some noise.
Sylvia.
Am I doing it right? It's difficult to play a man. It's not so much the way you stand, it's the way you hold your head. A man would never usually bow his head, and never at an angle. I must face you without lowering my head. Let's try it again.
Will you lodge at my quarters in the meantime? You shall have part of my bed. Mary, will you?
Yes.
Don't lower your head. Sylvia wouldn't.
She refused to defend herself at the trial. She didn't say a word. This was taken as a confession of guilt and she was condemned to be hanged. The evidence against her, however, is flimsy.
She was seen with Cable next to the food store. That is a figure of fact.
She was seen by a drunken soldier in the dark. She didn't say where she was. She didn't say anything at all. That is our difficulty.
She won't speak because she's guilty.
Silence has many causes, Robbie.
She won't speak, Your Excellency, because of the convict code of honor. She doesn't want to beg for her life.
Convict code of honor. This play has modelled the lieutenant's mind.
Well, if she won't speak, then I'm afraid there is nothing more we can do. You can't get to the truth through silence.
She spoke to Harry Brewer.
But Harry Brewer never regained consciousness before he died.
And Justice Balance was there, and he told me what she said.
But wasn't this used in the trial? And why wouldn't she speak?
Because she's guilty!
Lieutenant, we may be about to hang the first woman in the colony. I do not want her to be the first innocent woman.
We must get at the truth.
Truth! We have 800 thieves, liars, whores, rapists. And the lieutenant talks about the truth.
Can we return to the question of Liz Morden? Morden, if you don't speak, we will have to hang you. But if you can defend yourself, His Excellency can overrule the court. But you must speak. Did you steal that food for the escaped prisoner, Cable?
No,
It is the accused who must answer.
This Morden, you must speak.
Morden, no one will despise you for telling the truth.
That is not so, Lieutenant. Miss Morden, you may be despised, but you will have shown true courage.
Morden, you must speak.
For the good of the colony.
And of the play.
didn't steal the food.
Were you there when Kate stole it?
No, I was there before.
And you knew who was going to steal it?
Yes.
Guilty! She didn't report it!
Failure to inform is not a hangable offence.
Conspiracy.
We may need a retrial.
Why wouldn't you say any of this before, Liz?
Because she didn't have enough time to invent a lie!
So you are demeaning the process of law.
Why, Liz?
Because it wouldn't have mattered.
Speaking the truth.
Speaking.
You are taking the word of a convict against the word of a soldier.
A soldier who is drunk and uncertain of what he saw.
A soldier is a soldier, and he has the right to respect. You will have revolt in your hands, Governor.
I'm sure that I will. But I would like to see the play first. Liz, I hope you are good in your part.
She will be, Your Excellency. I promise that.
Your Excellency, I will endeavour to speak Mr. Farquhar's lines with the elegance and clarity that their own worth commands.
Look, oozing pustules on my skin.
Bleeding on my forehead.
Perhaps we've been wrong all this time, and this is not a dream at all.
Are the convicts coming to see the play as well?
They came around the camp because they're dying. Small.
I hope they won't upset the audience.
Everyone's here. All the officers too.
Dabby could take your part.
No, I'll do it. I want to do it.
They've kicked her out of Harry Brewer's tent.
They can't do that.
Major Ross said a whore was a whore. I was to go back to women's camp. Taking all of Harry's things.
Let's go over your lines. And if you forget them, touch my foot and I'll whisper them to you.
We ain't rehearsed the bow. Right. Get in a line. Right. Dabby, you should be next to Mary.
I won't take the bow.
It's not the biggest part, Dabby, but you'll be noticed.
I don't want to be noticed.
Come on, if we don't say all the same thing, you'll look a mess. Okay?
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Nah, they be shouting bravo, but we ain't in a line yet.
I wasn't talking about the bow. I saw the whole play. And we were all lined and Mary, you look so beautiful. And after that I saw Devon, and they were shouting, bravo, Dabby, you've escaped. You sailed thousands of miles on an open sea, and you come back to your Devon. Bravo, Dabby. Bravo.
When are you doing this, Daddy?
Tonight.
Oh, you can't. The lieutenant will be blamed. I won't let you.
No, Mary.
Go back to Devon.
Well, I don't want to go back to England now. It's too small, and they don't like Jews. There, no one has any more of a right than anyone else you call a foreigner. I want to become the first famous writer.
Well, you can't become a famous writer until you're dead.
You can if you're the only one. I am going to start a theatre company, and then we'd like to be in it. Oh, I'll write you a play about justice. Only comedies, my boy, only comedies. What about a comedy about unrequited love?
I'll be in your company, Mr.
And
Sideways.
so will I. I'll play all the parts with gravity and dignity.
I'll hold auditions tomorrow.
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 Duckling. I'm so sorry. Harry was my friend.
I loved him. But if he knew, I thought he'd be cruel.
Are you sure you don't want Daddy to take your part?
No, I'll do it. I want to do it. He liked to hear me do my lines.
Well, I'm sure he's watching from somewhere. How beautiful you look.
I dreamt I had a pearl necklace and 3 children.
If we have a boy, we will call him Harry.
If we have a girl,
She'll be called Betsy Alicia.
I couldn't own it.
No.
It.
What's that?
Salt for good luck.
And where did you get that from?
I've been saving it from my rations. Lieutenant.
Yes, wise man.
There's a...
oh, his doodle.
Oh, yes, the prologue. Read me it again.
From distant climes.
A widespread seas we come.
Through not much eclat.
Or beat of drum.
True patriots, you
Or be it understood.
We left our country for our country's good.